Back with that next video. Y'all take a look at my dash. I love this. All this old new stuff. Yeah, that thing's still on the floor. I got new mats, but I got them in the trunk right now because I'm gone for a couple of days this week. So I'm just so happy for my new beginning. Like, and the way God works, it happens so suddenly. Like, you don't be expecting for it to happen so soon. But that's how it is. And I'm just really enjoying the moment. You know, I'm trying not to think too much like I normally do, which leads to worrying and stressing. Like, Lord, how I'm gonna pay this car note? How I'm gonna do this? How I'm gonna pay that high insurance and stuff like that and my regular bills. Trying not to even go there. I'm trying to just enjoy the moment because doing that off and on for 12 years straight with my other car, who could say they own the car for 12 years straight? Like, that car is '08. And the thing about it is, not to get back into the car thing, but y'all gotta understand, I had a car for 12 years straight and worried and car problems and paying my other bills and just making it along the way. I look back at it now and I think like, Lord, it was nothing but you that brought me through it. And you put the right people in my life to help me, the good support system. Y'all remember when I had put that GoFundMe on here and y'all helped me. Y'all really came through for me to get me above water with that note. Because it would have been repo. Like, after all those years, I just had fell into a really, really bad place financially. And it's just like, God turned that all around. And there was a shift. And in that season, when that season was beginning, it was it was quick. It was like a roller coaster ride. It was adrenaline, and it was like surreal. It was just like something I wasn't expecting to happen. But that's how it is. And I'm beginning to step out on faith again. One more thing. Um, Before my car had went out on me, well, it still went to transmission because it still runs and drives and stuff like that. But the transmission, it doesn't go in drive. It only go in first and second gear, not even in third. The thing about it is, I seen a grasshopper. Did I tell y'all that the last video in my house? I'm like, what the hell, that big old thing? And I got to just saying, like, what does it mean? And I try to get away from looking up meanings of things, butterflies and this and moths and just this and that you see. What does it mean to see a snake? Because I have read up on that for so many years. It's like I should know it by heart. But I looked at some videos on that and it was like all about take a leap of faith. And we had got that big old bonus and stuff from work in December. And I held on to that money because I'm the type of person that could save. Like, I'm, well, getting better at saving a lot more and pinching off less than just less. And so that's what I did. I still had that money and that's what helped me put the down payment on this car. Thing about it is, I thought about like I stepped out on faith, but that thing was so big I had killed it in the house, and I'm like, I done killed the thing. So what if I done killed the faith? I don't know. My mind was just all over the place. But anyway, I'm thankful for this new beginning, and yeah, things just start falling into place, happening so fast for me last year, not knowing that it was gonna happen so fast for the car as well. I'm like, it's something that when you pay it off, he put you right in when one door closed, another one opened, but it was like so suddenly. It was right away. I went from being moved away from that place with the evil narc girl that I worked with all them years to a promotion to a raid to more money for the promotion and a big old Christmas bonus. I'm gonna put y'all in my business. It was $3,000 Christmas bonus. They taxed the hell out of it, but Lord, yeah. So yeah. All right. Look at the notes. In this video, I want to talk about, um, I thought I already had it on them. Oh, I just want to talk, like, um, hold up. Question everything, especially when it seems too good to be true. And the reason why is, see, narcissists, when they come into our lives, we're like not just supply to them, we're like just fine material. But they don't treat us as delicate as they should. They um take us for granted, like right away. The thing is, they treat us like a vehicle that you buy when you go get that new car off the lot, or that just a car that really draw their attention. And like they say, as soon as you pull the car from the lot, it immediately starts to lose value. That is how narcissists treat us. The narc always had plans to be reckless with the supply they get. Their number one goal first was to persuade you that you are the one and you're worthy of all this false hope and all this planning that they have for your life, which they never really deliver. They don't keep their word on none of that. They just do enough to keep you believing that they will. That's how they get us. And so the narc, they go, just like buying a car. I'm using that example. They talk that good talk and stuff like they're really interested in something, because they see it and it catches their eye, but they're not willing on taking care of what they get. They're very reckless with everybody they deal with. They don't care about nobody's feelings. They're not going to take care of you, you know. So to them, it's just high. It's just trying to, you know, they they tell themselves that they can do it. They have big egos like that. They have to convince themselves that they can do it because they are entitled, and that's why they go for it. And that's how they approach us. That's how they end up, you know, wrecking our lives because we believe them, not knowing their hidden intentions was never to do right by us. So question everything, especially when it seems too good to be true. Don't be too trusting with people. Don't be too open with people. You know, a person who's quick to anger when you reject them, that's a red flag. You know, a person who makes plans and they just kind of take off without you, and they're quick to bring up commitment and how you're the one for them, but you're like, how? And we just met, like, and they quick to put labels on you. We're friends. Like the crazy lady I work with, she wants people to think that I'm her friend, and I'm like, I'm not her friend. But by me denying this, the narc already knew that I would do that. Eventually, when I started to back off, what it is she want them to look at me like, well, you're a bad friend, you're denying your friend, or how could you do your friend like this? But I never admitted to being her friend because I barely know her. That was her plan, is to uh have her way with me. And once she realized that she can't, you know, and so that's just how that goes. But again, question everything, because some people just come into your life intentionally to wreck it because they are jealous of you. They're jealous of your happiness, your glow, your accomplishments. They want that and they mimic you, and they use you until they get that spotlight that you had, or the spotlight that they want to put you in to present you to other people so they could feel a certain way. Because they do that as well. They love to present you to people so that they can get the credit as being a good friend because you picked a good one. With narcissists, they're crazy in that way. They look at you as something that they have accomplished. And I know that comes from them being, um, just put down and criticized for all of their choices, to where they felt like everything they did just wasn't good enough. So when they finally meet that good supply, they want to present it to everybody like, this is a keeper right here. I did good with this one, right? That's their mentality, So you don't owe them anything. Just be real with yourself. Be bold about it. Be certain that that you're not in the wrong for responding to them a certain way, as far as rejecting them or denouncing something, because you don't owe them anything. And anybody that's already made plans on your life, like just done got way ahead of the game without getting your input, that says a lot about them. You know, they have that very bossy side, and if they can boss you around, they will. They always need you to do so much for them that they're not willing to do for themselves. Like, you need me to look a certain way. You need me to be a certain way, speak a certain way, act a way, dress a way. But you don't take care of yourself. Like, make that make sense. And once you point that out to them, it's like you're being negative. You took it the wrong way. They love to say things like that. So you question narcissists, or you question anybody in that way when they start to say certain things, question everything that come out of people's mouths, when they start to require so much from you. Like, why do I have to be this for you? Like, why does it matter? Like, why does it matter? And the moment you start to get that response, like, um like they're not taking it very well, they can't respect it. They have a hard time dealing with the fact that you don't want to do things a certain way. That's when you know that's a red flag, and it's a good thing that you question it, because if you don't stop it right then and there, it's gonna keep happening as long as you keep dealing with them in that way. Especially if you go into a relationship with a narcissist, it's gonna get worse. And God forbid that you get married to a narcissist. That's why it is important to question everything, you know, and start to point out stuff to people. If they want to point out your shortcomings, your flaws, you know, point out the same to them, and watch how the response turn into you're being negative. You're being judgmental. You take things the wrong way. Watch how they respond in either of those ways, just so you can feel bad for questioning them, even though they need you to be a certain way for them. You know, we are nothing but just another high to a narcissist. And as long as we keep feeding them, just supplying their needs, making them feel good, or laughing it off when they say rude things about people. They're very critical on other people. They don't have a pure sense of humor. They think too hard about jokes that you shouldn't think that long about, because they don't have a sense of humor like normal people. What they have is dark humor. They find things funny that hurt other people. And you got to pay attention to that about folks. When you see people only find something funny that pleases them as some type of revenge, then you know that something is wrong with them. And that's not somebody you should want to deal with. Like, I don't find it funny that if I just had an argument with someone, a really bad argument, and we say some things to each other, and then they get into a terrible accident or something happens, I don't find it funny. Like, it's funny how they said all this about me. Now look at them. It's like a narc. They have that dark side of them that loves to point out, this happened to you because what you did me. and you didn't do them anything. What narcissists use their ears to hear, they never listen. They're not trying to listen. They don't care about what's right and what's logical. You know, they only care about how you could make them feel. And if you made them feel bad, even when you are holding them accountable, especially when you hold them accountable, they want to see you hurt for that. They got to punish you in some type of way for that, whether it's a silent treatment or, they devalue, they denounce something that they were supposed to deliver for you. They take away any, they broken promises. They fill up broken promises. Narcissism, and I'm gonna give y'all a quick example of this before I end the video. One way that a narc shows you how emotional they are when you call them out on something. Now, this is where you really have to pay attention to the pattern of this. Because some people do it because they're used to being criticized, overly criticized, and I know it comes from an upbringing. So some people, they do it unintentionally to hurt somebody else, but when a narc do it, it's a pattern, and their intentions are to hurt you because they feel like you hurt them. That's all they felt was rejection. The example is a narcissist who, it's like they originally make plans to have lunch with you on a certain day, and then you be like, and they made reservations already, and you're like, oh, well, I wish you would have asked me because I might not be able to do it, and they'll be like, oh, okay, well, we could probably do it another time, because they love to make plans for your life. They love to reserve your time. And when you're like, well, I don't know, how about I just let you know? However, there is something that you're supposed to do later that day. You know, what they'll do is let that soak, they'll soak all that in that you just said about, I'll let you know when I'm free later next week. Because you're getting kind of tired of them just making all these back to back reservations. Like, it's something about these hookups that is starting to feel uncomfortable. It's like you're trying to get something out of me and it's becoming draining. Like, what's the purpose of this? What they do is so pointless at times, but we soon find out that it's all about them just getting all that they can out of us, and just sucking us dry until they just completely destroy us. That's a part of the tactics. But when you had that plan for that day, they will call you. They probably will wait. And a lot of times they're not going to call. They will text you. Why I look like I don't have no teeth? What the hell going on? First, the little thing in my head. I like how I did my hair the other night. Um, yeah. What they'll do is call, text you, and they'll be like, you don't have to worry about meeting me tonight. And they do that because you cancel for later that week or next week. You've already canceled any future plans that they may have in mind. So now they're gonna dismiss you of anything for that night, and they think they're hurting you. They're trying to hurt you. They're trying to punish you for canceling anything, and you canceled because what they miss, because narcissists don't listen with their ears, they only hear certain things, and what they heard was, I don't want to have anything to do with you anymore. But you didn't just say that. You didn't say that at all. Actually, what you said was, you've been making a lot of plans lately. Just chill out for a minute. And, we got time for that. We can hook up some time in the future from time to time, but not, like it's often like back to back to back. Like, we're not going to do this every week. I don't have the money to keep going out to eat like that. And even though the narc may be offering to pay, which they probably don't have the money for that. They borrow from people to pay out. They borrow from people to get supply. They use other people to get supply. They get money. They'll go into debt trying to please you to get you. But the thing is, yeah, they do that as a way to devalue you, to make you feel like, okay, well, you made me feel unworthy of spending time with me, so now I got to do it back to you. And that's why they will just completely cancel something that y'all had planned for the next 2 hours, in the next 2 hours of that day, because they're constantly reserving your time. Not only y'all were supposed to meet that night, but they have made plans for 2 nights later, and then for a day next week, and they probably was just going. They do that. They reserve your time, and you have the right to question that, especially when it just seems too good to be true. Like, why do you want to spend that much time with me? Why do I have to keep doing this for you? What is it doing for you? We're good. We're cool. So why do we have to keep seeing each other? Like, there are other people that I am acquainted with, other people who I associate with, I work with, friends, family, whatever, whatever. And, my boyfriend or my girlfriend, so I can't keep giving, this reserved time to you. Because I may be trying to plan something with someone else, or anything else could be happening in my life, but I can't keep putting that on the agenda for us. They get mad when that happens. Or if anytime you hold them accountable for something, you point out their actions, you point out this pattern of behaviors that they have, they get mad. They get mad. And if a person get mad at something like that, that's not somebody you should want to deal with on a regular basis. So I'm just saying, question everything, especially when it seems too good to be true. I don't care how much money you planning on spending on me. You don't have to do that, because I don't really care about things like that, the spoils. I really don't. I'm the type of person that I get what I go for, the necessities. I'm more focused on what I need right now. I try to put my priorities in place. Very seldom do I treat myself to anything, and when I do, it's budgeted. So, but that's me, and I'm good on that. So, you know, but yeah, question everything, especially when it seems too good to be true. That's the end of this video. Um, Thank y'all for watching. Leave your thoughts down below, and I'll talk to you soon.